Chapter 20. The 1,000 Years. Then I saw an angel coming down from heaven, holding in his hand the key to the bottomless pit and a great chain. He seized the dragon, the ancient serpent, who is the devil and Satan, and bound him for 1,000 years, and threw him into the pit, and locked and sealed it over him, so that he would deceive the nations no more, until the 1,000 years were ended. After that, he must be let out for a while. So, 1,000 years is important because the number 1 is indicative of a new start. It's the story being told again. This is the point at which in the other cycle there was a pause while the 144,000 were marked, if you like. And then there was a pause, do you remember, way back where I think it was the 7th trumpet, and then there was silence in heaven for half an hour. Well, this is, I think, mirroring that. So there's a period of peace. There's time and space for you to gather your strength, to be replenished and made ready for the final battle, if you like. Then I saw thrones, and those seated on them were given authority to judge. And I also saw the souls of those who had been beheaded for their testimony to Jesus and for the word of God. God. They had not worshipped the beast or its image, and had not received the mark on their foreheads or their hands. They had come to life and reigned with Christ 1,000 years. The rest of the dead did not come to life until 1,000 years were ended. This is the first resurrection. So a resurrection is a rebirth, a renewal, coming back pure, strong, and transformed. Blessed are holy are those who share in the first resurrection. Over these, the second death has no power. You've become eternal. But they will be priests of God and Christ, and they will reign with him 1,000 years. Satan's doom. When the 1,000 years are ended, Satan will be released from his prison. The ego will rise again, and will come out to deceive the nations of the 4 corners of the earth, Gog and Magog, in order to gather them for battle. They are as numerous as the sands of the sea. And I've again experienced this when I thought it was all over, when I thought I was doing really well. Those that went and hid in the caves, those that stood far off when the whore was being destroyed, they start to come back again. They marched up over the breadth of the earth and surrounded the camp and the saints and the beloved city. A fire came down from heaven and consumed them, i.e., don't worry about it. They're just coming up in order to be transformed, released, removed. And the devil who had deceived them was thrown into the lake of fire, transformation, and sulfur, and they will be tormented day and night forever and ever. The dead are judged. Then I saw a great white throne, and the one who sat on it. The earth and the heaven fled from his presence, and no place was found for them. coming. And I saw the dead, great and small, standing before the throne, and the books were opened. Died. They're not dead completely. Again, remember the souls that were hiding underneath the altar when we in a previous cycle of the story. This again matches that, doesn't it? Also, another book was opened, the Book of Life. Now, whether you believe in past lives or not, we have souls and they have collected so much information and experiences, and some people call that the Akashic Records or the Book of Life. So the sum total of all of our experiences are brought to the light when the book is opened. And the dead were judged according to their works as recorded in the books. So this is akin to us having a life review, of looking back, whether you believe in many lives or you believe in one life, looking back over everything now, seeing what you've learned, seeing what you've done. So everything is judged, not so that you can pay a price for it. All of that's, you know, this was the ego that did all this. It wasn't you, the true Christ self. You don't have to pay a price for it now at this point. Now it is judged once and for all. And the sea gave up the dead that were in it. So all of the emotional stuff as well. It's not just the thoughts, it's all of that emotional stuff that's been recorded. So death and Hades gave up the dead that were in them, and all were judged according to what they had done. Then death and Hades were thrown into the lake of fire. This is the second death, the lake of fire. Fire, the final letting go of everything, eternally giving up the ego, eternally aligning yourself with your Christ consciousness. And anyone whose names was not found written in the book of life was thrown into the lake of fire. Anything not created and sealed and marked by God was destroyed.